Do you still have some more questions before we proceed with cucumber?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, katong about sa report, ma'am. Unsa siya nga klase nga mga tanong mga among i-report, ma'am? Bisag unsa lang siya, ma'am.
Yeah, any vegetable actually.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So I'll just make another. So some more question before we proceed.
Saan namin sa send, ma'am? Through the ano ulit, yung dun sa page?
Yes, yes. It's more
Thank you, ma'am.
more convenient for me. So yeah. So we are now on cucumber. So shall we proceed? Maybe wala nang tanong. So Cucumis sativus, or the scientific name for cucumber, is of course also called as pipino in Tagalog or kalabaga in Bisaya, kasimum in Bontok, no? And it is usually grown as immature fruit kasi ginagamit natin siyang salads or slicing type, or pwede rin siyang i-soak or stored in brine, pang pickle naman siya. So pickled cucumber is also called gherkins, no? And in the Philippines, it's grown in 1,587 hectares according to the statistics as of 2005. And the top producer are the Cordillera Administrative Region with 320 hectares, yung nasa mga sa Baguio and Ilocos, somewhere there. And Region 9, 165 hectares, Region 3, 140, and Region 2, 111 hectares. So walang masyado sa atin, ano? So the nutritional value include per 100 edible portion, include 96 grams water. So ganun ka ang cucumber. Protein, a little protein, fat, and carbohydrates. And also, it has higher calcium, iron, and little of iron, magnesium, but much phosphorus and vitamin A, and a little bit of vitamin B1, 2, and niacin. And vitamin C is also higher, and the energy value is also 63. So this is ideal if you are dieting or for fitness. So, ano yung mga varieties natin? We have the pickling type, the Pilmaria, the slicing type, the Ambassador, Bituin, generally Governor, and Jaguar. While the Explorer is Matipuno, Melissa, Poinsett, and Puma, and Thalia. So, saan the best magtanim ng cucumber? So, throughout the year and across vacation, it can be grown, and it can be grown best in sandy loam soils which are rich in organic matter na merong pH from 6.5 to 7.5. So hindi dapat acidic. And to prepare the land, you just plow and harrow the field twice and make furrows of 0.75 meters apart. And you apply fully decomposed chicken manure along the furrows at 1 kilogram per linear meter, or take 500 gram per hill. So you mix thoroughly with the soil and make holes 30 centimeter apart before planting. So, and then you can now plant, in the holes, but you'll be needing 3 kilogram of seeds per hectare. So you can wet the seeds overnight para ma-uniform yung germination ninyo, and just air dry and sow them with 2 to 3 healthy seed per hill in 1 centimeter deep lang. Then cover lightly with soil and mulch with rice straw. So after 3 days, you remove the rice straw, covering the hole to give way naman sa mga tumubo ng seedlings. And then pull out excess seedlings and replant to missing hills, kasi dapat mag-maintain ka lang ng 2 seedlings per hill. So we need to apply fertilizer like 10 grams per hill of complete during planting, and magsa-side dress ka of 2 parts urea and 1 part potash at 10 grams naman per hill on twice. So the third time is the 5th and the 30th day after transplanting. You can also apply tea manure and fermented plant juice, which can be applied weekly as foliar fertilizer during sa mga vegetative stage na para ma-increase yung plant vigor and resistance to downy and powdery mildew. So, paano siya i-prepare? Mag-soak ka ng 3/4 sack dry cow or horse manure sa plastic drum na merong 189.25 liter water for 7 days. And also for the fermented plant juice, mag-mix ka lang ng chopped actively growing plant parts with equal amount din ng molasses or brown sugar. So after 1 week of fermentation, you extract the juice and apply as foliar fertilizer at the rate of 1 tablespoon per 3 liter of water. And then you apply to the whole plant, especially dun sa mga growing tips. Another important and significant cultural practice for cucumber is paggawa ng trellis or trellising. So, after mag-emerge yung seedling, mag-put up ka na agad ng trellis, set up 2-meter long ipil-ipil posts along the row with a spacing of 3 meter between posts. So, makikita ninyo mamaya sa video. And then you connect the post by installing the GI wire number 16 near the base, at the middle, and near the top end. And hang abaca twine, or you can use synthetic straw from the topmost wire to serve also as support to the growing vines. Then you need to train the vines every 2 days as well and guide them. So for irrigation, you have to irrigate the field once a week because cucumber is 96 grams water, and so it needs abundant supply of water during its growing period. However, pag mag-waterlog naman, mamamatay din siya, no? Kasi lack of oxygen. So for the weed management, you can do or practice of bearing and healing up at 20 days after emergence to suppress naman the weed growth. Then you can apply mulch as rice straw or mulching film na plastic para ma-minimize yung weeds and at the same time, ma-conserve yung moisture. So we have to control pests and diseases as well. So we have fruit fly. You can use fruit fly attractant. Available na yan sa mga agri-supply, then or you can wrap the fruits with plastic or paper. And we also have cucumber beetles. You scatter wood ash on the leaf surface, or you can spray pesticides. For leaf folders naman, you can make use of hot pepper spray by with 100 gram macerated hot pepper per 16 liter water, or the Bacillus thuringiensis spray. For aphids, you can also use the hot pepper spray, or mga predators like beetle, lady beetles, and wasp, or spray pesticides. And for thrips and mites naman, one cultural practice to control them is intercropping or maize planting, or spray with recommended miticides. And for the powdery mildew, you can also use compost tea spray, tea manure, or fungicides. And for the downy mildew, it's important that you mulch and prune and burn infected leaves, and you spray compost tea and or fungicide. So to minimize pest incidents, plant barrier crops like corn and legumes as well, and intercrop with herbs and aromatic plants like the marigold, the alliums, the lemongrass, ginger, and basil. Kasi pang repellent sila sa insects, no? Insects don't like their odor or yung kanilang mga aroma. And then you grow flowering plants such as cosmos and sunflower para maka-attract ng predators and pollinators. And spray the plants with compost tea or tea manure para ma-increase naman yung resistance to fungal diseases and improve plant vigor. So again, to make the compost tea, yun, mag-mix ka lang ng compost with 1/4 cup molasses, and then you can place the mixture using stockings and tie into the bowl, and soak the compost tea bag in 18 liter of water in a colored jar when placed under the sun. So the mixture is ready for use as spray against the fungal diseases after soaking for 4 hours. So you use colored jar o yung medyo pula na bottle para hindi siya mag-disintegrate yung kanyang ingredients because of the sunlight. So you can now harvest for slicing types of cucumber at 38 to 45 days after emergence. So for pickling types naman, it should be earlier by 3 to 5 days, no? And you can harvest every other day or when necessary kasi hindi sabay-sabay yan. And remove all deformed and damaged fruits to enhance production of more fruits. So severely damaged fruits can also be included in the compost piles para gawing fermented plant juice. So again, mag-mix ka lang ng chopped growing part plants with equal amount ng molasses or brown sugar. Then after a week of fermentation, extract ng juice and apply mo as foliar fertilizer at the rate of 1 tablespoon per 3 liter of water. So ito yung cost na kailangan mo if you're going to grow cucumber per hectare. So we have a subtotal for labor as 39,920. Sa materials naman, yan 77,750 for a total of 117,670, including the contingencies, which is 15%. Yung grand total mo ng cost is 135,320. So masyadong, pag malakihan of course per hectare, masyadong malaki. But if you're going to have to yield 20 tons per hectare with a price of 12 pesos per kilogram. So with my experience before, when I was selling cucumber out of my mom's research, because at that time cucumber is in demand kasi wala masyadong production. So we have able to sell them at 18 pesos, no? So ganun. So if you can you will have gross income of 180,000 to 240,000 for a net income of 44,000 to 104,000. So of course, I know that cucumber is our favorite, diba? Do you agree with me? Okay, so do you have any question regarding cucumber production? So we will be showing videos now. Okay, so kung wala na tayong mga tanong, then let's proceed with our video presentation since we only have like 7 minutes left, and I guess yung ipapakita kong video ay nasa 10 minutes ata yung cucumber. So we don't have much time. Actually, nasa na yun? Yung step by step. Nawala ata.
Hingi na lang kami ng details, ma'am, sa YouTube para pwede namin pagpatuloy.
Yeah, I'm another day. So I will just post this.
Menopause, estrogen drops and cortisol rises, causing unwanted tummy fat. And running an hour a day or cutting calories
So this one is growing organic naman siya, no? For cucumber. So even the fertilizers and the pesticide used are all organic. So in the next video, next meeting, we'll try to swatch naman yung commercialized na cucumber production. What happened?
Broadcast. Vermicast po pala ito. Yan.
So ayan, malalaki na siya, no? Ayan yung ash. No, pwede niyong itanim para doon sa mga fungal diseases. So we just have less than 2 minutes, no? So after a minute na maputol siya, we'll just continue, or I'll just give you the link para ma-continue nyo in your YouTube. And also we're going to recall back this one next meeting on next week. Yan, malaki na siya.
This time, almost 2 weeks na po yung cucumber natin. So, maglalagay po ako ng lubid. Ito po ay yarn. Kasi medyo mataas po itong ilagay ko unang trellis. Pero, kailangan natin lagyan.
Yan. So, gumawa na siya ng trellis kasi malalaki na siya, no? By using twines. Yan. So, actually, naggumawa lang siya ng trellis. Then, we can see in the end. Ayan na. So, again, we're less than a minute. So, thank you very much for your for joining with me this afternoon, and I hope to see you again next meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, and If you have questions, then I will just continue next meeting.